Hello, this is Mr. Summary. Today I am going to explain a comedy and fantasy movie called How to Be Really Bad. Spoilers ahead, attention, be careful. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to the devil's daughter Lilith. Contrary to popular belief, hell is actually a modernized city with various employees working for the devil. Their job is to entice humans into being bad, all for a living. It's a booming business, but the devil is furious because evil at Burke and Bernie has dropped by 0.5%. His daughter Lilith wants to be a field representative to spread evil, but since she is under 18 years old, she is not allowed to do so, so she harasses people on the internet. She is almost a burden to her father, because she constantly rebels for wanting to go to Earth. One night Lilith approaches the devil with the same request. Tired of her constant complaints, the devil makes her an offer. He will send her to Earth for 1 week to turn one person evil. If she succeeds, she will be placed in another job. But if she fails, she will be thrown into the cell for eternity. Lilith thinks doing that to her own daughter is harsh, but her father is the devil, so she accepts the challenge and deal. Next day, they go up to Earth. Lilith is told about her target, Greta Bernstein. She is a kind and introverted girl who lives with her parents and her two little sisters, who seem to be the kindest people on the planet. Greta likes doing homework and singing from time to time for fun. She does not have a single bad bone in her body, so the task will be extra difficult for Lilith. Before leaving, the devil asks her to avoid any kind of physical contact with humans. He also gives her a black ball, which will change color if she becomes sentimental. Lilith stays at the Bernstein family's house for 1 week. After breakfast, the family helps each other clear the table, making Lilith gag from all the kindness. She deliberately drops the dishes and blames Greta. She thinks that will get a reaction out of her, but Greta apologizes and takes the blame. She is too sweet to stand up for herself, so Lilith will have to think of something else to turn her evil. At night, she investigates Greta's friends and lifestyle and discovers that she has no friends, because they consider her a nerd at school. In an attempt to find out more about Greta, she looks through her room and finds several photos of a boy in her closet. Satisfied with her discovery, Lilith cleverly plans to use the boy to turn Greta bad. The next day they go to school on the school bus. The principal's son, Eddie, bullies Greta by sticking gum in her hair, but when he tries to insult Lilith, she teaches him a lesson by burning his hair. She hopes Greta will feel good about her bully being punished, but instead she says she was scared for Lilith. The girl's kindness starts to annoy Lilith, but before she can react, they are distracted by a boy named Samuel. He is on top of the school roof, threatening to jump. He comes down when the principal pretends to call the firefighters. Greta says that Samuel does that kind of weird thing often. The girls have a math test that day. Lilith cheats with her iPad and tries to lure Greta into doing the same. But she does not cheat because she already knows all the answers. During recess, two of the popular girls, named Melody and Daria, make sarcastic comments about Greta's clothes. When asked, she says that she is used to being made fun of, so it does not bother her anymore. Right then, Lilith notices that the boy Greta has a crush on is arriving, and Greta tells her his name is Carlo and that he is a womanizer. He only talks to the popular girls and has never acknowledged Greta's existence. Seeing that she likes him a lot, Lilith gets an idea. When Greta's busy, she pays Carlo to date her for 3 days and then break up with her. She believes the breakup will make Greta angry. After talking to Carlo, she runs into the class clown, Samuel, who walks away while smiling at her. She follows him into an alley and the two of them smoke together. Back at school, Carlo asks Greta to go to the musical rehearsals the next day. Lilith and Samuel are approached by Eddie and his gang, who are furious with Samuel for stealing a watch from them. The boy jumps onto the rooftop to keep them from hurting him. When they try to touch Lilith, she fights all of them, making them run away and impressing Samuel. Samuel takes her to the roof of a church so she can look at the sea. While she enjoys the view, he kisses her. Surprised by the sudden move, she pushes him away and runs back home. Lilith feels nervous for the first time and does not know what she is feeling. Greta asks her if she is in love, but she laughs at the idea, knowing that demons cannot fall in love. However, when she looks at the black ball, it starts to change color. She gets a call from her father and discovers that demons can indeed fall in love. Those demons are considered useless and are cast aside. She quickly hangs up the call and decides to be more careful from now on. When the family is resting after dinner, she casually mentions Greta's date with Carlo. Her parents get excited about the fact that their daughter has finally grown up, which makes Greta feel uncomfortable. The next day, Lilith gives her a makeover to impress Carlo, But Greta's mother, Sable, does not want her wearing revealing dresses. Lilith argues that she can wear whatever she wants. Sable forces her to wear one of the knit dresses that Greta is always bullied for at school. Melody and Daria insult them by mocking their dresses, since they cannot change clothes. Lilith thinks of another way to make them cooler. She creates a rumor that cyborg knitwear is the new trend. She also takes attractive photos of Greta and the dress and posts them on the internet. Next, she creates a fake website with all the supermodels wearing a knit dress and shows it to the girls so it will become fashionable. The girls praise Greta's dress and beg her to buy one for them. Greta is delighted to finally fit in with the popular girls. Meanwhile, Samuel asks Lilith out, but she tells him that she is busy. However, when he tells her he will take her to the beach, she cannot refuse since it has always been her dream to see the sea up close. Because of that, she is very happy when they get there. The couple runs off to enjoy their time. For the first time in her life, Lilith is truly happy and at peace. Back at school, Greta goes to Carlo's band rehearsal and meets Melody and Daria. They are rehearsing a song for an upcoming show organized by the school. Greta notices that the girls' pitch clashes, so she nervously suggests that they sing more softly. Carlo asks her to be part of the band since she knows a lot about music. The girls are not happy about singing with her, but they welcome her anyway. They form a great team and sing melodically. However, their rehearsal is interrupted by a teacher who says that their performance has been cancelled because of a provocative music video that Melody and Daria had posted on the internet. Meanwhile, Samuel and Lilith are lying on the beach talking about different things. She gets a message from her father, but she ignores it while trying to enjoy the moment. The two end up kissing and decide to go to the movies. Later, on their way there, they stop to buy ice cream when Lilith realizes that she has received several messages from her father. She replies that she is fine and that she is a little busy. Next, she notices several couples around her and realizes that she is drifting away from her plan. Samuel comes back with 2 ice creams, but she runs away without giving any explanation. Carlo and Greta are going home from school when he asks her if she can be a permanent member of the band. Greta is skeptical about the idea because Melody and Daria do not want her there. Carlo praises her singing and says that he would love to have her in the band. They lean in to kiss, but they are interrupted when Greta's father stops his van beside them. An embarrassed Greta gets into the vehicle and goes back home. She cries while thinking about the humiliation as Lilith tries to comfort her. The devil's daughter realizes that she feels bad for Greta for the first time. Taking a look at the black ball, she sees that it has changed color, which means she's becoming sentimental. Greta asks what the ball is for, but she claims it is a thermometer. Later, while doing some gardening, Lilith tells Greta that her father will take her away in 2 days because she has failed a mission. She is also told she is supposed to be evil, but her true identity remains a secret. Greta doesn't understand why her father wants her to be evil, but promises to finish the task in 2 days. At school, Melody and Daria welcome Greta onto their team. Carlo also becomes kindred to Greta and seems to have truly fallen for her. He is about to kiss her, but Lilith stops him. She takes him aside and cancels the deal because she does not want Greta to get hurt. However, Carlo claims that he has really started to like Greta. He tells Greta about the deal he had made with Lilith and apologizes. Greta feels hurt when she learns that Lilith was paying him to break up with her. Lilith apologizes and says that she must have done something wrong, but Greta walks away without saying a word to her. Samuel then calls Lilith to come to the beach urgently. He had planned to leave school and move to Berlin, but after meeting her, he wants to stay in town. When Lilith realizes that he has fallen in love with her, she gets scared. She tells him that meeting him has been the worst thing that ever happened to her and leaves. It is clear that she is in love with him, but she does not want her father to consider her weak. Next, she gets on the school bus and tells Greta what happened. Seeing her cry, Greta forgives her and tries to comfort her. Lilith also tells her the truth about the black ball and says that she has not passed the test. The two hug for the first time and Greta sets out to stop Lilith's father from taking her away. The next day is the day of the school show. The devil has come to see whether his daughter has completed the mission. Greta, Carlo, Melody, and Daria have planned a prank on the principal for not letting them perform. The principal begins the show by talking about his recent trip to Africa. While he talks, Carlo shows photos of him urinating outdoors. He steps down from the stage in embarrassment and asks the next performers to continue the show. Eddie and his band start playing the violin, but they have to run away halfway through the show because Melody and Daria have messed up their clothes with popping rocks. When the show is ruined, Carlo's band comes to help Greta along with Melody and Daria. They perform a seductive song, making the crowd go wild. After the song, Greta thanks Lilith for everything she has done. The devil takes Lilith outside and praises her performance. He believes that she made Greta play a prank on the principal and the band. Her black ball has also changed color to black. The devil allows her to stay in town to turn it evil. When he leaves, Greta meets with Lilith and reveals that it was all her plan to make her stay in town. She had also painted the black ball with nail polish so that her father would not suspect her. Moments later, Lilith goes to meet Samuel and stops him from boarding a train to Berlin. She expresses her love to him, and the two finally kiss. And that is how this awesome movie ends. Subscribe to see more videos like this one, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel. Thanks for watching.